Hello, everyone. Welcome to FPL Backbenchers. This is your host Somnath. Hope you guys are doing well. Today, I'm joined by my co-host Anjan. Anjan, how are you doing?
Pretty bad game actually. I'm doing okay. What about you?
You're like straight on to the money, right? Always when I
Mm.
ask you like how you're doing, you're like game week was bad, game week was good. Generally, how you doing? Doing well?
Yeah, generally I'm doing well. I'm just having a slight back pain,
Okay.
similar to
Because
similar
apart
to
from that, yeah,
no, actually similar to Alonso, I guess.
because apart from that, this game we just played for the pain part. It hardly brings. We have no practical reason of actually playing this game. But anyways, moving on. How much did you score? How much did I score? I think we both of us scored 45 points each in a very
Massive,
different way.
massive,
Yeah, but the
massive
interesting
45.
thing is we both did it in a very different way. I was like right to call. I was half right in the sense that I could not execute it. I was half right to call the fact that Salah probably will not have a very good game week FPL wise, and eventually he did not play that well as per in the match as well. I felt so. Yeah, it was one of those weeks where Salah actually scored pretty low, so I was correct on that part. And then although I ended up captaining Kane, so long story short, you guys know what happened. Probably in hindsight should have captained Son, who I also owned in my team, and yeah, that captaincy could have changed my scenario a lot. But nonetheless, I think my scenario is going to change even further as we'll discuss on this pod, which the pod is all about. You want to give the disclaimer, or should we keep it under the wraps?
Wildcard is on, baby. Wildcard is on.
Finally, the wild card is on. Uh, it's been long coming, right? I mean,
Yeah,
you and anybody who watches regularly is wondering when the hell is going to play the wild card. So yeah, wild card is on, baby. I don't know how it's going to go, but yeah, it's good to have it active. Finally. Let's get on to Game Week 16 fixtures once again. Quickly before that, please like the video. Please subscribe if you're new around here. Please share the about our channel to your friends and family, whoever plays FPL, whoever is interested in such things. And hope you like our contents. And any feedback, please do reach out to us. So we'll just straight away move on to Game Week 16 fixtures. For anybody who is joining after some weeks, wondering why we are straight away going on to the fixtures of Game Week 16, there's a new format that we are doing, wherein we will discuss the fixture along with the preview of the fixture as well, the week that just happened. Much more efficient way to go about it, so that I think feel like clarifies the thought a bit more. So the game week actually starts, and it's a Friday deadline, guys. So
Friday,
just
Friday, Friday.
be wary about the time. Don't let the Saturday deceive you. It's a Friday deadline. The deadline is around 12, I think. 12. So yeah, that's why it shows Saturday. So exactly at 12 or 12 midnight. That's the deadline. Kicks off with Brentford versus Watford. So what are your expectations? How do you see
Big
this
game,
match?
big game. I see it to be a quite open kind of match actually. Both of teams' defense aren't that good, but
Mhm.
attacking wise, I think attacking wise, Watford are a very Watford are a very good kind of team. So I see lots of goals happening in this match.
When you said big match, so who is it a big match for? Watford and Brentford,
Big,
or is
probably
it for you?
for probably both the team and I think FPL wise, yeah, for me also
As far as I
probably
know, I think Tony is still missing out from this match. He will not be participating in this match yet.
no.
He's still isolating. I don't know why it is so long for him, but anyways, nonetheless, he is
10 days, 10 days.
10 days, right? So okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
that is
like
part of the
it's like
quarantine, and
yeah, yeah.
he will be quarantining in that sense. So he will be missing out on this match. Speaking about Brentford, Watford, we pretty much, I think, know. I think Ranieri figured out pretty early in his tenure as a Watford manager that his team can't defend. So the basic motto of Watford is we will outscore or we will try to outscore. Sometimes they do succeed, sometimes they don't. So the end result is Watford matches are never non-scoring. Somebody always scores, and eventually, more often than not, Watford has this knack of scoring as well. So yeah, it kind of leads to a much more open match. So nothing much to talk about Watford. They had a match against Man City. Needless to say,
Man
they
City.
lost. And yeah, it was a very controlled match, typical Man City kind of a match. Nothing much to talk from Watford's perspective. Dennis looked good again. So what we can talk about is actually Brentford, who had Leeds as their opponent. They went to Ellen Road and they were winning up till I think really
90,
90,
91st minute.
90 minutes plus injury time, and I think an old FPL hero, Bamford, he gets back, he scores.
14 weeks 14 weeks late
I am
actually.
so happy to see Bamford. I mean, I did not think that I'll feel about Bamford ever like this. I am not like fanboying or man crushing over him. It's just the fact that the forward situation is so dire right now. It feels like a homecoming of a buddy, kind of. That Bamford is finally fit. Mind you, the fixtures of Leeds are awfully horrible for the next four. So not touching Bamford then, but it's good to see like forwards coming back as an option. So Brentford are pretty open, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think Fernandez is not exactly how Raya Martin was. So,
No, no, no.
and I don't generally believe there. This is the general belief that since Raya is not there, that's why Brentford are scoring so much. I think Brentford were a bit lucky in the early half to actually not concede as well. And this I feel is irrespective of how Raya is or how he is performing, because, or sorry, rather how Fernandez is performing. I think Brentford still was an open team. It took some time to figure out for other teams as to how to play at Brentford, but generally I don't see a lot of clean sheets happening for Brentford, at least in the Premier League. They're a very good
No,
championship side to start with.
yeah, actually, I feel like one more thing, like Brentford, who will like score for them? Tony is out. Canos
I
is
think
out for.
they are pretty
Canos is
much
also out for
a
the
mixed team.
next
They
match.
will manage out. Probably Mbuemo, you never know. There's
Probably.
Force, there's their fullbacks Rico Henry, who has scored a couple of goals in this season. As I said, they're a very crafty team. I cannot just pinpoint because obviously talisman wise, Ivan Tony is a talisman. So obviously his presence is a big factor. But in saying that, right now how they do look open. I don't think they can see out a match where they can defend the entire game and just play for probably a 1-0 or a draw. So yeah, they have to figure out something. I'm sure Frank will be uh, crafty enough about that. But it's no doubt. I mean, it's a promoted side from the championship. When they don't have their first choice 11, they are
Scoreline,
gonna they are gonna look like an
scoreline,
ordinary.
scoreline predictions for you.
I think I will go with a 2-1 in favor of Watford. I think
Oh,
Watford wins
similar
this
kind of
match.
stuff. Do you see tennis like scoring again in this match?
I don't know about scoring. I think he should be involved because I genuinely, if you watch Watford's matches, I think even without penalty, he's the better option than King. He looks much
Yeah,
more involved, much more lively.
much more lively.
We obviously have always this temptation about the penalty taker, but I think I was not convinced. I heard among some circles that probably Arsenal should sign Dennis, and I was like, really Dennis? And then I just researched a big background. Great player. I mean, he's a big match player. So yeah, never know. Yeah.
we
Saturday
would
first. Yeah, sorry.
we would like talk about Arsenal later actually.
I think they're coming up pretty soon.
No,
Nonetheless,
no, just before like coming to pod, I saw a tweet like there is a circle like Arteta out, then like play some decent matches. Yeah, like they
I,
are like
I don't
world
think
class
there's
player. Then like
any.
they are like world class player. They are hoping for Europe. Then again like loses the momentum. Then again it's like Arteta out.
It's a shit form cycle in Arsenal fans say. But anyways, I mean, let's not make this pod about Arsenal. But I would just like to say this: I don't think even when Arsenal were on a run of wins, like I think in 8 matches we won six and draw two. I don't think anybody was any like genuine fan was over in their head that suddenly Arteta is brilliant. Arteta has to at least do something over an entire season to prove to the fans that he is worthy of being somebody that we can speak about in the same breath as probably Ten Hag, Antonio Conte, Jurgen Klopp, Pep Guardiola, because he is way below the level of any of these managers, honestly. And considering the stature of the club that he's managing right now, I think it's a job probably a bit too big for him. Ideally, for me as an Arsenal fan, he should have been sacked by now. But yeah, that then again we are Arsenal. We won't be sacking him, and he will be there for the entire season. Anyways, moving on to a club that is actually doing well, and they have taken over the mantle of one of the big clubs in England. They are the biggest club in England, I feel right now, on form at least. City Wolves.
Do you
City
feel
Wolves.
like I feel like old Stephens would probably Nuri had a very brilliant match. Just it was like coincidentally just after him being subbed, Liverpool scored from particularly
Yeah,
that
it
side.
was a typical mistake from Hoover, and I think
Mm,
Hoover came on the social media as well, and he took responsibility of the fact that uh, they lost it. But seeing how Man City are right now and how they played with Watford, uh, don't want to go into Man City and how they play. I think everybody's aware about that, and we have spoken that billion times over this pod. I think I'm just like simply enthralled by how Pep Guardiola sets up, and everything about him as a manager is like very attractive to me. So I'll not get into that again. But Bernardo Silva, wow! I mean, form of a lifetime. Like he
yeah,
is
true.
Man City. If we consider as the best team in the league, he is the best player in that team. So brilliant option FPL wise. There are a lot of stats which will not support what he is doing. There are a lot of stats which might support what he is doing. But we have been here in the past. I mean, especially with City players, we have been here. We have seen Gundogan do this. We have seen Yaya Toure do this. We have seen a lot of players do this in City outfit. So as long as he is not stopping to score or he is suddenly having a dip in form where suddenly he becomes ineffective, I think anything up till that probably is a bit of overthinking, because what's the harm? You're getting a City midfielder who is in excellent scoring and goal involvement form for just 7.5 million. I mean,
Yeah, true. There are
people
no
like us
actually.
who are playing for a very long time, we could hardly imagine a City midfielder for 7.5 million. We never got that.
Yeah, fine. Like everything is fine about that, but there is a like there is a thought process. Like, should we go for the second city mid or like should we opt for the second city defender? Like probably everyone is having Cancelo in his team right now, and like second option probably everyone will have one of like Foden, Gundogan, or Silva in his team. Now the second thing would be like, would you go for a second city defender or a second city mid?
See, now the thing is, when we are talking about, we have gone with the strategy, right? I mean, it was a very successful strategy last season around when people had doubled up, tripled up on City defenders. Suddenly they haven't become bad that he cannot be doubling up on that. But this doubling up and tripling up is a very relative concept, to be very honest, because the people that will be doubling up on, barring Cancelo, I think we double up with Diaz, we'll double up with Laporte or Walker probably. Now all these players, the bad thing for them is probably their ceiling is not that high, wherein they will not be scoring or be involved in a goal scoring process very uh, regularly. It will be very sporadic and spread across. I think Diaz scored a worldly goal couple of game weeks back, which I don't think he will be able to replicate throughout the season at all. So now the good thing about these defenders when you're doubling up is that being a City defender, every match that they go to play, you are probably convinced that they will be keeping a clean sheet. The thing is about doubling up, the when the ceiling or the max point that you can get is probably 6 or 7 points, it is good, it is decent, but the value of that points go up only when the other teams are not keeping clean sheet, which was happening last season. Last season, apart from City, hardly any team was able to keep a clean sheet. So that's why that time that clean sheet point became a very premium and it was making a lot of sense. Right now, that is not the case. Right now, even teams like Spurs, who are very cheap defenders, teams like Wolves, who are very cheap defenders, are keeping clean sheets consistently. Leave alone Chelsea and uh, probably Liverpool, who have attacking fullbacks who are giving those clean sheet plus returns. So then this just the clean sheet point it gets depreciated. So then there is not much value in doubling up of defense. This is what I feel. The doubling up of defense or the tripling up of defense gives you value only when there is it's a very respective concept, right? So if other teams are not giving clean sheet, there is no clean sheet to be found. There is sanity and there is providence in doubling or tripling up on City defenders. But a lot of people can do that job, so why not go for double attack? If you can't also, that is fine. But if the doubling up was a question, so I think for me, much rather City double attack than defense.
And like, how do you how do you rank personally this city mid among this Silva, Foden, and Gundogan priority
See,
wise?
if I have to go wise, like overall, overall is different. But since right now Bernardo Silva is on form, I think he comes first. But overall, if you ask me, it's probably Foden, Bernardo Silva, then Gundogan. If that is the case, right? Because
Hmm.
I don't think Gundogan is suddenly a bad option. He will probably still be on penalties, but it's just that the guy on form, you have to give him that. So there's no question of over questioning that. Yeah.
One more like thought process is there in my mind. Uh, like, do you see like shifting from Foden to Silva or like Gundogan to Silva is a good option?
Gundogan to Silva, probably I will do. Foden to Silva, I might be a bit wary because seeing the match last time as around as well, I think I was much rather scared of not having Foden than Bernardo Silva. Bernardo is on a terrific form and he's doing really well, but Foden I felt was involved into everything, every attack that was going through. A lot of them were not converted, but eventually he was there. Even the first goal that Bernardo scored was basically from a Foden assist that Gundogan should have converted, and somehow
And,
it
and
never.
and 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 one more thing, I felt like Gundogan should have. No, I feel like Foden should have around 3 or 4 assists in the first 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, he was playing exceptionally. I mean, I think
Grealish should have like hat trick by 25 30 minutes probably.
I think I personally think Grealish played well as well. I mean,
Hmm.
I have seen a lot of criticism that finish did not pass to Foden, and that criticism is obviously derived from us FPL managers who actually own Foden in our team. So that is basically frustration coming out. But I think Grealish had also had a really good game, and he really wanted to
Yeah,
score because probably somewhere down the line he does have this thing in the mind that he's a very expensive transfer that has come in, and he needs to prove himself in the City
yeah,
setup altogether. But I think exceptional. I mean, he was playing well. Practically,
yeah, true.
it was a match. I think there was. We have seen City play with strikers. We have seen City play with false nine. This match had no false nine as well. There was no number nine concept. So everybody was in the box every time. So
Yeah,
this was something exceptional. So which clearly highlights to you what is the value of any midfielder across the City lineup that you get. But out of all, probably Foden is the shining spark. Man City
scoreline.
Wolves. I think Wolves have strayed very. I was kind of impressed with Wolves. In saying that Liverpool completely outplayed them, although the result did not show that. But yeah, they were outplayed. Probably Jota should have converted that chance. That uh, how he missed
Oh
that.
my God! Don't tell me about that.
How he missed that is beyond me. There were. I will not elaborate much into that. There was shot that
Hmm.
probably Mane also shot at point blank range that Jose Sa saved,
I,
which was a
I,
brilliant save.
I feel Salah also probably had a tap in chance. Probably. Yeah, yeah.
Salah had a
I
horrific
think.
match. I think Salah generally did not play good in this match, barring probably the assist that he gave, which actually his touch made the goal, because without his touch that was not a goal. The long ball that was provided from the back, I think from Van Dijk, if
Yeah,
Salah did
yeah.
not give
It
that
was
first touch, it was not a goal. So yeah,
diagonal ball.
I
Brilliant
don't
ball.
want to
Brilliant.
get into much about Liverpool.
Hmm.
Basically, Wolves remain a very tight setup. Saying that, I think Man City will win this 2-0. I don't see Wolves scoring at all, and I think Man City will find a way to win this match.
Yeah.
Incidentally, Cancelo, Rodri, and Bernardo Silva have been rested
Yeah.
from the Champions League match. Rested in the sense they did not travel with the squad as well, so that's a good thing for anybody who owns these players. Nobody owns
And like,
Rodri.
and I think Foden has played only 45 minutes.
Yeah, Foden
Not
was interestingly subbed after the half time, so people were wondering whether it's a injury scare or it's a tactical sub. I don't think it's either. I think it was just about giving Foden minutes.
giving minutes. Yeah, exactly.
He came back from injury, and this was a nothing match basically for City. So
Nothing.
I think they hardly cared whether they lost this match. They eventually have lost the match. So
Hmm.
I don't think they cared because they were topping the group in any. Predictions for you?
2-0, similar prediction.
Okay. The next one is Arsenal Southampton. The less spoken about how Arsenal have played, the better. Uh,
I like
I think
Arsenal. Arsenal, I think I read somewhere someone I think tweeted. Arsenal play like typically they will score, then like they will like sit back, then then like they will concede. Similar thing is happening.
I would not say that there is no clear idea as to how we play. Uh, but I would say this: it's like a very poorly executed kind of football display that we generally do. I have been complaining, despite Arsenal winning a lot, that Arsenal probably are not scoring. They don't look like scoring going forward. Was very worried when ESR was not part of the squad due to a slight injury that he had. So my instant thought was who will score, because we are not good going forward. We are not scoring right now. So that was a worry, and that has been reflected. We are generally, I don't know what happened in this match. It was a very lazy match. I don't want to get into ranting. I think no disrespect to Everton, but they should have been beaten. They are a team that have not won in 8 matches, and suddenly they come up against Arsenal and they start winning the match. I don't know. We were lucky to actually get beaten only by 2-1. They had two very close offside calls. We did not wake up after that also. And after the goal, which was, I think, our luck, which was obviously made, we made our luck, but it was our luck that we got the goal before the half time. We did not improvise on that as well, and it's really worrying. In saying that, obviously we are not here to talk about Arsenal. So, what did you think about West Ham? Sorry, Southampton.
Well, I
How
think
did how
Southampton,
did you think they performed? Really,
Broya
really
was brilliant
irritating.
actually. Broya was very good. I think apart from that, their defense is not that good, I feel.
I think
And I think,
they are still similar. Like
yeah.
most probably they will score against you.
Hmm.
They will not score heavily against you, and you probably will not get chance to score very heavily against them. So that is the status quo of Southampton. We have been saying
No,
this for a very long time.
I think Southampton, I think their central defender, I think they probably would miss the next match. Both of
It will
them probably.
hardly make any difference in Arsenal's life. So we will probably make the second choice centre back look like prime Carlos Puyol or something. So let's leave that aside. Let's not get into who are missing for Southampton. I don't think anybody owns the central defenders. Who
Hmm.
what they own is probably Livramento. I don't see a clean sheet for Southampton. I hope Arsenal wins. I will probably go with I don't know, Arsenal are even in a downward trajectory regarding clean sheets as well. So I think it should be a 1-0 to Arsenal probably, but
Damn.
it, it will be very difficult. So, but I'll stick with my gut. I'll go 1-0 to Arsenal. Don't ask me who will score. I don't know who will score.
Yes, I
How
will
about
score
your
probably.
prediction for you?
Well, I have like similar thoughts like you. Arteta would like to sort out his defense first. So I feel it
There's
would be
nothing
a
first or second about Arteta to be
1-0.
very honest. That is the only strategy that he has. Don't concede. So
Don't
yeah,
concede.
1-0 to you as well.
One, yeah.
For anybody wondering, I don't know why you should wonder this also against Arsenal away. Don't play Livramento if you have him. Bench him. Chelsea leads. First thing, does Marcus Alonso play this match?
Uh, uh, well, I'm not sure about
I
that
think he'll
actually.
miss this match. I personally feel this my gut feel that he'll miss the match.
No, I feel like he probably Saul would play against Zenit, and most probably he will play. I think Alonso would play this match.
Probably
He's fit.
because tonight I think Tuchel did not mention Alonso as one of the injury
Yeah.
concerns. Mentioned
Mm.
Jorginho and I think Kante as well. No,
Yeah,
sorry,
Kante. No,
Kovacic,
no,
Kovacic, Jorginho, Ben Chilwell, and who else? I think two other players I'm missing.
Kante, Chalobah.
Okay, so that's the entire central midfield that is missing. I
Yeah,
don't know
actually,
if they will be fit for the weekend or not, but they are missing for tomorrow or tonight's right. Tonight's Champions
yeah,
League game.
yeah.
Yeah,
Tomorrow night actually.
tomorrow night's
So,
Champions League. Sorry,
yeah, one more thing, like Kovacic has tested
positive for
positive,
COVID. Okay,
so like he would be out for the next 10 days. So the problem is that even if like Alonso is fit enough to start this match, but like we would be missing so many people in the central midfield. So like I don't see ourselves keeping a clean sheet particularly in this match.
even I don't see it to be very honest. I think Chelsea probably are in a bit of downward trend right now. Like I will not say
Yeah,
their form has slumped, but they are a bit sluggish right now in this period of time. And I think the central three midfielders being optimally fit has a huge contribution to that. Kante,
true.
Kovacic, they play a huge role. So yeah, it's understandable that they suffer. They don't have Ben Chilwell as well, so they can actually see that they don't have a lot of first choice 11 players. But then again, it's Chelsea and they have a
Like
brilliant full squad. So
again, one more thing. I think Tuchel had said Lukaku is not fit for the full match yet. He was, I think, not fit for the 45 minutes also. But like Havertz had a injury, so like he had to play him.
I think
So
again this is one of my theories. I don't know. You can confirm this. I think with Lukaku back,
hmm,
it's a bit of problem for Chelsea more than a solution because Chelsea were very free flowing and very high scoring with Havertz as the upfront man who was doing that role of dropping back and pulling away defenders really well, and when in the fullbacks were bombing in. But I think
Mm-mm.
Lukaku being there, that kind of changes the dynamic. So from actually overlapping play, it becomes a more targeted play towards crossing towards Lukaku to help create something towards him scoring or something. So I think it will take a couple of weeks for Chelsea to adapt back to that because he has not been playing for a very
I
long time. I feel
Yeah,
that.
true. And I feel like the missing piece, it's like Kovacic not being involved in these matches for a long time.
True.
I think like Kovacic and Lukaku had a very good combination, tuning and all those stuff. So probably when these two people would be fit enough to start all the matches, I feel we would be back.
I'll also make a very bold call. I think a lot of people will not agree to this, and people might turn off the pod after this. I think James's point scoring will drop now. I don't think he scores as highly as he was scoring. Definitely, he is not getting goals. I don't feel so, at least. He might prove me wrong the very next game week. His play will be more targeted towards crossing towards Lukaku, and I don't think Lukaku right now is at his clinical best, so that he's converting everything. So there might be a faltering in James's point. That also is something to be looking out for. This is just my thought process, but in saying that, I don't think they will have trouble beating Leeds. So yeah, I'll go with uh 2-1 scoreline in favor of Chelsea.
We are like having the same kind of score prediction going on actually. 2-1 for me. And like Leeds would be missing, I think Cooper and Kevin Felix also, probably. So like
I'm not sure about Calvin Phillips because I've not heard anything about it. If you're saying, I will agree on that. But I think Ailing is back. Ailing will
yeah,
play, and definitely Bamford will play some role as well. So yeah,
yeah.
kind of exciting times. Right now, not a good time to own Rafinha or Bamford. If you have them, you can sell them. Their fixtures are probably on the worst right now. Just let me
You
quickly.
didn't ask anything about Mount.
I will, buddy. I will because we'll be discussing my team as well, right? So,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
so Leeds has Chelsea away, Man City away, Arsenal home, Liverpool away, Aston Villa home. So very bad run of fixtures. So avoid right now. Moving on, Liverpool, Aston Villa. So
Stevie G back.
yeah, present Liverpool manager versus future Liverpool manager. So
Future Liverpool manager, probably.
yeah. So how do you see this
I
match going? I
I
think
feel like
Liverpool will be Liverpool.
yeah, Liverpool will be Liverpool. Liverpool would be winning this match, but I
Hmm,
think probably they would be winning by 2-1.
okay. I'll slightly differ. I don't think Aston Villa scores in this match. I will go with a 2-0. I think Gerrard has done a brilliant job. I did not expect him to turn around Aston Villa so quickly, so good, and but he has done that exceptional. I mean, I think Aston Villa are no longer boring to look at, so they are pretty much very interesting and exciting to look at. Some, I mean, a team that I will be considering, especially as to how they played against. Uh, I don't know. Last match they were absolutely brilliant against Leicester.
Leicester, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and like Watkins is definitely a very good option right now. Probably after
not this
this
match,
match.
not
Mm,
the Liverpool match,
yeah,
but probably the match afterwards. I don't think we
and
need
like
to speak much anything about Liverpool in that sense. We want to go about Aston
no, no,
Villa a bit more.
yeah,
We
yeah,
can.
yeah. Aston Villa. I like in my in our like previous part also I mentioned about Douglas Luiz. He was like very much presence in and around the box. Crosses were there. He takes corners also, and he's quite cheap, 4.5. I know, but like people who are right now in wildcard mode and like want a want a very cheap mid. I think he's the perfect option.
I can give you another option or a differential kind of a pick for anybody who's looking at like a cheap midfielder in the sub 6 million range. So
Bundia.
James McGinn has always been present in Aston Villa. He's ever present in Aston Villa, but we have never considered him as a FPL option. Why? Because he was essentially used as a defensive midfielder by Dean Smith before
Hmm.
in the setup. Gerrard has now turned, not rather turned. James McGinn is naturally an attacking midfielder, and Gerrard has said that you don't need to defend, you just go and attack. He might be an exciting option, especially considering that Bailey right now would be, I think, absent for some time. He's injured.
Hmm.
So, yeah, something to monitor. I think, if I'm not wrong, he's 5.8 and he's a good option. He will be there. He is the kind of the perfect mold of Steven Gerrard kind of a midfielder who will take a lot of shots and he can shoot. We have seen that. So, yeah, if you want to take a punt, that's a very handsome and decent punt that you can do.
Any part on
Uh,
the like any punt on the defense, like Cash or someone else, Minks.
for anybody wildcarding or anybody looking or brave enough to spend, I think I would revisit Martinez. Emi Martinez is somebody you can consider. I'm not. I don't think the centre backs will be scoring a lot. Uh, I know it's a very diversified opinion, but yeah, I think Martinez is somebody who will again get a lot of saves and who will get a lot of clean sheets going on from here on. Matty Cash probably, but I did not like how he played last time. I think he's very attacking. He's very selfish, but generally that will affect how Aston Villa are playing. So I'm a bit wary whether I don't think Gerrard will be afraid to drop somebody. So yeah, something to look out for. Probably
Monitor.
we'll get to know a lot about it in the Liverpool match. Let's see
Yeah.
how they handle Salah and Mane, provided they don't get injured tonight. Can you believe that Klopp is playing both of them tonight in an inconsequential dead rubber match in Champions League? Absolutely crazy. And then this guy complains about tough fixtures and not being five subs and all.
and like then like Klopp will rant like there are fixtures pile up and all those stuff and like he
Exactly, I
will
was
play them.
saying, sorry. It's like then he'll complain, why to play in this match? It's not required. Jota is being rested. Next match, Norwich against Manchester United. I actually
Mm,
wanted to get somebody from Manchester United to speak about this in the pod. Since there is nobody present, I will try to take up the mantle. Pardon United fans if I'm wrong about this. I think pretty evidently we don't need to state again that Albagnik is the father of the gegenpressing army and the brigade, whatever you call it. Uh, structure-wise, team structure-wise, pretty similar to how Hasenhüttl kind of lines up. So it's
no,
a
4-2-2.
4-2-2, so 2-2-2, and the 2-2-2 is in the form of a hexagon kind of a thing, wherein the mid two players are a bit wide. Now, from what I saw of the match, I think Ronaldo now has a strike partner in Rashford, and so main job of Rashford is actually to do the actual pressing part and going beyond, running beyond, creating the space so that Ronaldo and the likes of Bruno can shoot. So they are an option, but FPL wise, I think Bruno is costly because now he, assuming that he does not have penalties anymore, I think 11.6 is too costly for somebody in this system. As to what I've seen in two matches right now, he has scored, he has been involved, but I think he's a bit expensive compared to what Ronaldo's price is. Rashford and Sancho, I think it's very early to pass a judgment, but I don't think they will have a lot of FPL returns. In that sense, they will be very essential to how they play, but I don't think there will be a lot of returns. What would interest me right now is United's defense, because I can clearly see that they will kind of be keeping a lot of clean sheets, and they have had change of personnel. So the change of personnel one obviously is enforced. Maguire, we know he has to be ever present because, well, whatever reason United has, let's not get into that. As long as Varane is outside, Lindelof is pretty much a certainty. They have changed both their fullbacks, so neither Luke Shaw, neither Van Bissaka is playing. In place of that, Alex Telles and Diego Dallo is playing. About Telles, I think there is a chance, or high chances, Luke Shaw will be coming back into that spot, because Luke Shaw was actually injured, and Telles going forward will not offer as much as, or he's not as much as an upgrade over Luke Shaw. On the contrary, Diego Dalot is a huge upgrade on Van Bissaka. Personally, this is what my view is, because Van Bissaka cannot cross. He looks awkward in attack. Diego Dalot does not. He actually can even run into the box. He's pressing very high. His ball recovery is very good compared to Van Bissaka. So I think there's less chance of Van Bissaka actually displacing Dalot from his position, which is interesting to us from an FPL perspective, because he is very cheap. He's just 4.4 right now. So we'll get a clearer picture probably in tomorrow's Champions League match. Expectedly, since United has already won this group and they are the group leaders, it's a dead rubber. If it's a heavily rotated side in which Van Bissaka is playing, then we can kind of be sure that Dalot is first choice. And if it's not a rotated side and Dalot is playing, then also we are sure. So we'll get a kind of a clear picture as to whether Dalot is nailed or not, but I think he should be. And considering the price point, it's not a bad punt if anybody is wanting to take that kind of a punt. It's just 4.4 million. So basically, the price of Livramento, you're getting a Manchester United fullback. Nothing
And
like that.
see the United fixture list. Like whom to take? Ronaldo, Bruno, Rashford, Sancho. Someone should be there.
I think
They would be scoring goals.
right now, if it is to be at this moment, we don't have a lot of data. We have not seen a lot of the team as of now. So as of now, it looks like either it's Ronaldo or it's nobody. So if you can manage Ronaldo, take Ronaldo. Otherwise, it's probably not worth it. When I say it's probably not worth it, you will if you are thinking about going for a Rashford or a Sancho, I think lesser than that, a Foden can outscore both of them. So I don't think that's a very good proposition right now. Taking a Rashford or a Sancho over a Foden, who will you take him over? Over a Jota, over a Foden, over a Bernardo Silva? I don't think so, because all the three guys I mentioned, they not only can, I think they will outscore Rashford and Sancho even with the run. So yeah, I think that is something to be careful about. I'm not particularly interested in investing in the midfield right now. So that's where I am at. United's fixture run is unbelievable. And guys, please don't go and buy Fred. It's a genuine, earnest request. I have seen a lot of like whether Fred has been turned into a prime Yaya Toure or not. There was only one Yaya Toure, so don't bother about it. Another player I forgot to mention, since now Ramsdale is 5 million, I think if now somebody is buying or switching from Sanchez and they don't have Ramsdale, I will rather go for Dia. I think Dia will be a good option. He is also 5 million. United fixtures, I'll just quickly read it. It's Norwich away, Brentford away, Brighton home, Newcastle away, Burnley home, Wolves home, Aston Villa away, West Ham home, Burnley away, Southampton home, Leeds away, Watford home, Man City away, Tottenham home. So till Man City away, which is game week 28, they have legit very decent fixtures. So yeah, we will get a very extended run of fixture wherein we have to cash in on United. So don't worry if you're not the first one, because the run is very long. The run is not of a 4 game week run, so we will eventually get there. We'll have a clearer picture who is the best FPL option. For right now, from what I saw of 2 matches, that was my thought process. Scoreline
Score
prediction,
predict.
Anjan? Yeah.
Mm, don't hate me for this. I feel it would be a United nicking it just 1-0.
I feel it will be like 2 or 3 nil kind of. I think I'll go with a 2-0 kind of a match. I don't think it'll be just sneaking. I don't think Dean Smith has suddenly made Norwich airtight. But yeah, they are difficult to score against, but they're not impossible to score against. I am no doubt United will eventually end up scoring. Brighton Spurs, high chances that this match might not play out itself. Why? Because there are rumors and news. It's not been confirmed. Has it been confirmed by the club? I don't think it has been
No,
confirmed yet
no,
by
no,
the club.
no,
But the
not yet.
rumors are that six of Spurs' main team players, as well as two management staff and the entire squad, has been hit with COVID. The players rumored to be hit with, this is rumored, huh? This is not me stating this. What I've heard, it's Ben Davis, Hyun-Min Son, Emerson Royal, Lucas. Who else? I think
I
I'm
think
missing.
skip.
Uh, yeah, Skip and somebody else. This is like 6 players who are missing right now, or rather, who are rumored to be affected with COVID. If that happens, apparently Spurs will appeal to the Premier League, since there are a lot of first choice players who are missing, um, to postpone the match. So might be a chance this match does not go ahead itself. Brighton also have their own defensive injury, like worries to worry about. Dunk, I think, is out for the year.
Hmm.
Duffy is suspended for this match. Webster is out with an injury. So I think Webster is out or Dan Burn is out. I think only one
Webster.
central. Webster is out. So Dan
Webster
Burn
is
is the
out.
only fit defender that is there. Trossard has a arm nerve issue kind of thing. He's out
Arm,
for a
arm.
for foreseeable like future. So yeah, they have in total 8 injuries. So I think I think it's let's not talk about this fixture since we don't know what the fixture will bring. Uh, Provided if this fixture happen, I think Spurs will win the match. Anyways, Burnley, West Ham.
Hmm. I feel like West Ham are a very good team right now. They have been like very good in like attacking wise. I feel West Ham winning it around probably 2-1.
I will slightly disagree. I don't think West Ham have been good attacking wise. I think the last game is the best attacking game that they have played since probably the starting game weeks, because they were very sluggish attacking wise. They were getting the results done, but I don't think they were very good attacking wise in that sense. Now they seem a bit more fluid. I don't know if this will continue or not. FPL perspective, I still don't think Antonio is there in the goal scoring positions. The assist that he got was a joke. That should not have been an assist, and that goal was also a joke. But anyways, nonetheless, regarding Burnley, I think Cornet's injury is a bit significant, because he was giving them that extra flair going forward, and I think with Cornet being injured, they will like revert back to their original setup of defending and hoping that a long ball lands up in Wood's head or Wood's foot. So yeah, I think they will move back to a shell. So I don't see Burnley scoring suddenly. So I will go with a 2-0 for West Ham. I think they will probably end up winning the match. Leicester,
Any any thoughts of in this West Ham mid like Fornells, Bowen, Benrahma?
I think I was I am very impressed with Gerard Bowen, because he's kind of like, I think he was the man of the match in the Chelsea match. He- His willingness to progress the ball, he's there, he's pressing, he's ever present, he's very clinical in that sense, and his underlying statistics also support as to what he's doing on the field. He has, I think, right now uh, scored. I think he's given 7 assists or something like that. If I'm not wrong. So yeah, he's there. I think he's a very pretty exciting option. Moving forward, he's a bit advanced as well because Antonio is doing the pressing and the holding up kind of a deal, and it's Bowen and the like who are moving forward and bombing into the box. So yeah, I think Bowen is exciting. Benrahma right now is in and out of the team, so I will probably not go towards Benrahma. If you want to go to Benrahma, I'd rather suggest you go for Bowen. Fornals also similarly. I don't think I'm really convinced by Fornals as of now as well, but yeah, he might be a nifty differential, but I don't think we don't need to take that differential punt in Fornals. So if you are going for
Bawen
midfielder,
is it like Bawen is itself a differential. He is just owned by I think 4%.
yeah, I think
Four
yeah.
percent or
If
yeah.
you want to go for a West Ham midfielder, I think he's a good enough differential. You don't need to overthink it.
Yeah.
Leicester Newcastle, I'm expecting. I'm moving on to the next match. So yeah, expecting to
Goals
be high
galore.
scoring. Yeah, I don't think goals should be, but eventually does not turn out like that. So what do you think?
Hmm. Yeah, I think both teams would like concede in this particular match. I see it probably a 1-1 or 2-2 kind of draw.
Okay, I think Leicester will win this match. It'll be like 2-1 or something. Uh, uh, Newcastle, I would not say they have found their defensive mojo, but yeah, I think they have figured out that they have to be solid if they want to survive in the Premier League. I do hope for their sake they can get something out of this, but going to King Power is a very difficult task for even the bigger teams. So, let alone it be Newcastle, I don't think they'll probably get a consolation goal, but I think Leicester wins this. So I'll go with a 3-1 probably. I'll say 3-1, not even 2-1. I'm just like I'm looking at the fixtures and I'm like progressively realizing that I will have very few players on Sunday. I don't think I'll have any players on Sunday. Rather, it's looking bleak. Yeah, everything is stacked into Saturday. The last match of the game week will be Crystal Palace against Everton. Yes, I don't know how to call this match. I ideally think Palace should win this match, but both teams are kind of in a downward trend right now. Everton probably will be boosted by the fact that they beat Arsenal. But even in saying that, I think they are still a bad team unless and until DCL probably comes back. They offer nothing much attacking wise in that sense.
Dokode was good actually in this particular match.
I don't know. I'm not convinced about ever. I think the players that are there probably do not match the stature of the club that is Everton. They are very hardworking and good players, but they're not players on the level that Everton owners or probably supporters are looking forward to winning anything. So yeah, they are always good in
Score
bits and pieces.
prediction. Score
It's very
prediction for
difficult,
this particular.
difficult to for me. Why don't you go first?
I
Let
will
you.
go with I will go with a 1-1 kind of match. Probably Richarlison and Benteke scoring this match.
Okay. Do you think Benteke starts? I don't think Benteke starts this match
Mm,
because Vieira has been experimenting a lot. I think Edward also might start up. Yeah, I'll follow your lead. I'll just go with a 1-1 as well. I
okay.
think yeah, that's a fair enough result. Nothing much significant to speak about. People who are owning Gallagher probably are a bit worried about Gallagher. Uh, I think
Gallagher has I think 4 yellow card right now.
yeah, the yellow card apart, I think the question more for people is like why has the returns or the attacking returns dried up? A lot of that is contributed by the fact that MacArthur is injured and in to him being injured now, Gallagher has to play that holding kind of role where Schlupp has been given the free movement that Gallagher usually has. So yeah, that's why he's suffering right now. So I think unless MacArthur is not present or probably some sort of a system change happens, I think yeah, even though they have good fixtures, it might not be bad to move on from Gallagher. I will not suggest that it should be a priority transfer, but yeah, something if it's on your cards and that is what you're looking forward to, might not be the worst option,
Yeah.
right?
Anyways, mm,
So what
uh,
should we do next? Okay,
move to a team actually.
before we do anything next, yeah, okay, before we move on to our teams,
Bring
uh,
the wild card. Bring the wild card.
I will. Uh, so do you think like do you feel like again Mo Salah is the best option this game week? I don't feel so, but I would like to hear your thoughts.
Who are the other options?
Yeah, that's the problem. See, City has Wolves, which we predict it will be a low scoring. I think Chelsea right now are not in the zone or momentum wherein you should captain anybody from Chelsea. Man United probably, I think Cristiano Ronaldo maybe, who is a very good captaincy option, no questions asked. But it feels risky. Like you ideally need a brace from Cristiano Ronaldo at least against Norwich to make it worthwhile over Salah probably. And the only other option I see apart from this is Jamie Vardy against Newcastle at home. So that also might be an option. But in saying
Like,
that, I think it all feels risky. Like it doesn't feel good.
I, yeah, yeah, but Bardi, I think probably is a very good option. But the thought process is that how many people really do own him right now?
I think a lot of people are looking to move away from Kane, and if the Sun rumors are true, so people will have funds to downgrade, so they can upgrade onto a Wadi. But I don't
Okay, like,
think that is a
uh,
very good um,
like,
decision because Wadi does not have a very good fixtures
yeah,
moving
true,
forward.
actually.
The very difficult. He has Man City, he has Liverpool. I think
Hmm.
he has Chelsea or somebody else as
No,
well in
no,
the next five. Man City,
Chelsea
Liverpool
is done.
definitely. I know he has. So
Hmm.
yeah, I don't think it's a good time to move to Vardy. Oh, sorry, he has Tottenham as well. So I don't think ideal time to move to Vardy. If it's a 1 week punt, maybe. If you already own him till now, yeah, don't sell him this week. Then you can. But I think barring that, I think it should be Salah. Okay.
Hmm.
Nonetheless, let's move on to my so-called wildcard team.
Well, no, no, actually, uh, let's do my team first.
Okay.
Wildcard should, Wildcard should come at last.
Okay. We'll just quickly look at your team. You have Ramsdale in goal, Cancelo, Arnold, Alonso, James, Emerson. So that's 5 man in the back. Brownhill, Yota, Salah, Foden, Antonio, Kane on bench, Lucadia, Gilmour. Surely something is wrong in the structure that you have sent me. Why is Kane on your bench?
No, no, actually, Kane is there in my bench because I would be like transferring him out definitely. So probably he's right now sitting in my bench. Um, mm, like my options are, I thought like okay,
How
like
many free
United have
transfers
a
do you have?
two.
I don't know. Whenever I ask this question, you already always seem to have 2 transfers. I don't know. Do you play the game at all? You do any transfers? How do you always have? Anyways,
Mm,
yeah. So you have 2 transfers.
No, I have like two transfer, but
Hmm?
I have already wasted one. I have like already wasted one of my transfer. It's Wang to look at here.
Okay.
And my now
So
the
that
options
was
are
done with the intention of raising funds. And now what?
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so probably I may go for Ronaldo. I'm not sure about that right now, but
Okay.
I'm not sure about that actually. I'm like waiting for Friday, most probably Thursday or Friday, to know about all the information and the news going on around the Spurs camp. Like probably that particular match is going on or not. So
I don't think Emerson will be playing because he's already missed out. So I can see him missing out again on this fixture. So you're not getting Emerson. Are you really playing like Brownhill in your first 11?
no, no, no. Actually,
I don't know what like fuck up perform like formation is this. Brownhill is in your first 11. Kane is on your bench. Yeah,
no, no. Probably is that I would be like upgrading him, Brownhill. So that's why he
yeah,
is there
that's
in my
what I
play.
would have thought. But then in that case, if you're moving Kane to Ronaldo, then you're benching Emerson.
Emerson won't be playing, so
Yeah. So if he plays, like if the Spurs match goes through, then what is your transfer? I'm
if
confused.
if like Spurs match goes through, then uh, I would probably look for like mm, Kane to someone like King,
Okay, so that's your second free
and
transfer. Then you do what?
yeah, then I would probably take a hit and remove Brownhill to someone like Bernardo Silva or Rashford or Sancho or Bruno, someone like that.
You don't need that big a downgrade to do this. Wow.
Hmm?
I don't think you need that big a downgrade from Kane to Josh King to upgrade a Brownhill to Bernardo Silva. But anyways, if you want to do that, then my question is now you have King, Antonio, Bernardo Silva, Jota, Salah, Foden. So who do you bench?
Uh, I would probably bench
Emerson?
Alonso. Alonso.
Okay. All right. I don't know that. I'm trying to figure out like what is the formation or what is the direction that you're trying to achieve. Like any particular formation you're moving towards. Like
Yeah,
I can
I'm.
see that you are dead ending. You have already dead ended one of your forwards.
Yeah.
So Locadia is essentially a non-playing forward. So now you have two bench options who have to be playing. So
Hmm.
like, what is the formation that you're moving towards?
I'm probably ideally moving to I think probably 4-5-1 or like 3-5-2.
Okay, all right.
Eventually, I would be there, but like at this moment, if I want to go there, it would be like probably -16 or -12.
So 4-4-2 is okay. That you can do probably with the -4 right now. If you have to move to five-man midfield, then you have to upgrade Gilmore in that case,
Yeah,
which is why you need the money. Okay, then in that case it makes sense.
yeah,
All right, Captain Salah.
yeah.
All right. Okay, let's move on to my team. I will also read it out for the benefit. I'll just warn, like this is not my wildcard team. This certain set of players are there who are holding the kind of price point or not even price point. I'm holding them right now because probably they will go up in price right now. But this is not probably the final team that I'm looking towards. I'll just also mention the final team that I'm looking towards. Right now, as you can see on the screen, it's Ramsdale in goal, Trent, James, Cancelo, Diego Dalot, uh, and the fifth defender is Regulion.
Who are the James Cancelo, Alexander
Trent
Arnold?
Alexander-Arnold, James Cancelo, the three of them, and then Diego Dalot from Manchester United and Regulion from Spurs. Midfield is Bowen, Bernardo, Martinelli, Salah, Jota, and forward is Ronaldo, King, and Dennis. So this is not the wildcard team. I'll tell you what is the wildcard team that I'm thinking towards, and I'm feeling a bit uncomfortable because I have a lot of money in the bank, which I never do while I wildcard. So the wildcard team that I'm looking ideally is at a Ramsdale and a dead keeper. My defense would be James, Arnold, Cancelo, Diogo Dalot, and probably somebody either like an Eighth Nuri or a Ben Davies or a Masuaku or a Victor Suf, also like somebody in the 4.5 million kind of a range. Midfield would be Foden, Salah, Jota, Bernardo, Bowen. So five-man
Wait,
midfield.
five-man midfield, and you would be having a five-man defense.
Yes. And I'll also be having a three-man forward as well. So
Oh,
my forward will be Dennis, King, and Watkins. And with this formation, I have 2.8 million in the bank. So ideally, like straight away this game week, Watkins will be on the bench, and I will be going with the 3-5-2. Um, Eventually, the idea is
3-5-2. How come? You would be playing James, Cancelo, and
I will be
Alexander
playing James
Arnold,
Cancelo and Arnold. That's it.
and you would be benching United defender,
Yeah.
and you would be benching probably West Ham, West Ham defender also, which
Right,
you
right
predicted.
now, I think I have. I would. I was debate. I actually wanted to take Ben Davies, but the COVID. Um, Sorry, just give me one. Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to take Ben Davies, but the thing, the COVID situation and everything, I think deterred me a bit. Uh, but I was okay with benching Davies and Dalot. I am probably looking more towards Eighth Nuri, but then again, I think it might be smart to take a West Ham defender. I don't have an issue benching the West Ham defender,
Mm. So,
but I
like,
would like some opinion. Do you think this is the right way to go? I can justify as to why
uh,
I'm doing it. You want to ask some questions?
no, actually, are you like seeking like there would be many rotations around going on, or like you have like probably you're like apart from your dead keeper, everyone can play.
Yeah.
So,
No.
like,
So one thing is rotation is definitely there, but I'm not that very much worried about rotation or anything as such. The thing is, my idea was to keep money in the bank. So I don't know why that is very important to me, but that is very important to me that I should have money in the bank. I just did not want to make the decision wherein I went with only one of tennis or king and then the other one, which is usually what is happening with me in this season, the other one is kicking up about. So I am just going with that, and I'll probably take a decision on who to downgrade in the future. The 2.8 million in the bank, Watkins has a very good fixtures for the next four. I will just bring up the attacking fixture ticker. This is again done by my very good friend Abrar. His go was by the Twitter handle FPL 38. So just check him out on Twitter. He does this beautiful FDR based tickers, attack and defense separately. So if I look at Aston Villa's fixtures, they are second on his ticker list. Barring Liverpool, the next four are Norwich away, Burnley home, and then there's a Chelsea in between. Then there's a Leeds away and Brentford away. So those four fixtures in the chunk of five fixtures are very good. I have King and Dennis, and I have 2.8 in the bank. I can upgrade any one of them to probably a DCL or a Antonio or a Bamford, or even I can do that with Watkins as well. I kind of like the flexibility. If I want to move for a premium forward, I can do that as well. I think I can easily move Watkins to a premium forward in two moves, wherein I just like dead end one of my strikers forward, be it King, be it Dennis. to a dead Locadia probably, and I will have budget up to probably a Lukaku easily.
Ronaldo budget?
So what you guys see on the screen right now, as I will again bring it up, this is the Ronaldo kind of a draft. I do have Ronaldo in this team. I do have Ronaldo presently as well in my team. In this draft, the only thing is the only downgrade that I see from here is Regulion. I will not be spending a 5.2 million on a bench fodder, so I'll probably take somebody around the 4.3, 4.4 mark, which ideally gives me money to replace Martinelli or upgrade Martinelli to somebody. So I will have like 6.1 for the fifth midfielder. So my point is between Ronaldo and the fifth midfielder, and I can actually take a City midfielder in place of Ronaldo and probably go with also a decent option in a forward option. I think Watkins is pretty decent going forward. So what do you think?
Like, yeah, I feel like I feel like you would be having a benching dilemma every week. Like, probably your uh, 14 players are quite good to even start a match. So I feel
I
like you
think
would be having a
my barring any injuries or barring any news of rotation, I think I'm not benching any of my midfielders ever, at least for the next 5 6. So that is pretty much set. That is what my entire team is based around. That midfield. Uh, I wanted to have that kind of a power five midfield, if you can call it. It's not
like
exactly
power five.
power.
Your power five midfield consists of Salah, Jota, uh,
Foden,
Bernardo Silva.
Foden, Bernardo, and Bowen. I can upgrade as
Okay.
well if you because I do have the funds, but I don't see the space to upgrade. The only upgrades I see are probably a Son who is injured, who is out due to COVID. Probably a Mason Mount, but I don't see who will give lesser points out of my midfield than Mason Mount. Do you see? Anybody out of those five that I can replace Mason Mount with?
Mm, I think in the long run, probably no.
Yeah. So I don't see. I mean, barring the fact if we are seeing like Mason Mount is scoring and assisting in every single match, I don't think that is going to happen that often. So that five-man midfield starts. Trent, James, and Cancelo obviously regardless starts. The bench players, see, they are Manchester United defenders, but eventually you have to also factor in the price. They're coming to me at 4.5 million. I'm not spending like 5.5 million for Manchester United player. It's just that I'm probably, you can say, I'm lucky being a wild card that I'm getting an option of a Manchester United player sub 4.5 million. So if either of James or Cancelo actually does not play, does not turn up, I do have a very apt replacement in the form of a Diogo Dalot coming up. I don't think the fifth defender, whoever it is, I will be playing very often. I can probably even deaden that defender as well. But I think I need a playing defender because the moment two of my defender goes missing, I will have an incomplete formation kind of. So I don't want to deaden the defender in that sense. Dennis and King, both of them will not be keeping on playing every game week. So this game week probably they will be starting, but they have a good game week run of three matches, if I'm not wrong. Watford's next three fixtures are Brentford away, Burnley away, and Crystal Palace home. So these are the three fixtures that they start for. After which they have Wolves away, West Ham home, Tottenham home, which are not that good in that sense. Plus AFCON and a lot of equations will come around that time. So yeah, that's my thinking because eventually one of these Watford forwards will be downgrading, so that person does not become an option. My fifth defender is mostly on the bench, and Diogo Dalot will be an option. So ideally, I'm playing 3-5-2, wherein the second striker in place of Watkins either is a premium forward or else it will be like a Watkins, Antonio, or a Antonio DCL or a DCL Bamford kind of a formation. Somebody in the 8 million forward range. It's not a complete work because eventually I do have transfers which I'll have to make. Do you think
And
it's a
like,
bad
oh, and no, 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 no. Actually, I just wanted to ask one more question. What are the what are your roots to United midfielder or like someone like Ronaldo from that like particular team? Mm, Five men in midfield
thing?
and all the stuff.
Yeah. See, right now I already do have. Okay, so if you're talking about the five-man midfielder that I was talking about, in that sense, removing Ole Watkins gives me kind of 10.3 million, and if I am downgrading a King to probably Lucadia, that's 4.4. So another 1.3, that will be 11.6. So I'm getting Lukaku. If you are asking me if I can extend up till Ronaldo or not, I probably can, but then again, in that case, it'll be like a Foden has to become a, I don't know, mount. If I can make Foden to a mount, then I can get Ronaldo. So instead of having double City or even a Foden to a Gundogan, if I do, I can still get Cristiano Ronaldo. So it's about either having Foden, Jota, everybody in that team, or Cristiano Ronaldo at this point.
And like, what do you think? Like, how many goals would like City score in like next like 3 4 game weeks?
I don't think the immediate next is a very good fixture for City. It's Wolves home, probably 2 goals. Then it's Leeds home. I can see City scoring around again 2 goals. Then it's Newcastle away. I think heavily City will score. Then it's Leicester home. Heavily City will score. Then it's Brentford away. Heavily City will score. So yeah, I think like around, even conservatively, if I think in the next 5 match, probably around 12 goals City will score. Don't
Yeah.
you think? I don't know if you want to refute that or you have a different viewpoint. You can obviously say that.
No, actually, I feel like City double up in the midfield is a very good option. But my issue would just be like if some like United have a very good run of fixtures and like you are like wildcarding at and you are like wildcarding at that particular prime time and like I feel like you are missing something on like United front probably.
So, what would you say is my option? If you talk about the
Hmm.
United front,
Hmm.
so what exactly is my United option? Cristiano Ronaldo?
Probably.
Okay. So if you state that Cristiano Ronaldo is, let's say, my choice, in
Hmm.
that case, who do I sacrifice?
I feel like you, depending upon your fund, actually, like you may upgrade to Watkins to Ronaldo, and I feel like uh, probably you should mm, downgrade someone like I think King is I think 5.7 and Dennis is 5.4 or 5.5, I guess, and King to someone like a dead forward, and probably. I feel like you can take your fifth midfielder, someone like 3.9, like Williams of Norwich.
Fifth defender.
Yeah.
I still don't think that will give me the budget. But uh, let me quickly check once. Just give me 1 minute. So, okay. Yeah,
Don't say that you are point one short again.
it's a healthy kind of a discussion. So let's see if I can do this. Okay, so if I replace here with, okay, sorry, it's I'm just like, guys, I'm trying to figure out if I can go through with that transfer or not. Because this is the only thing that was kind of bugging me, whether I'm overthinking or not, or if I'm missing out on United or not. I genuinely don't feel that I'm missing out, to be very honest, because I don't expect, barring if you're expecting Cristiano Ronaldo to be scoring a brace every match, I don't think I'm missing out. But yeah, that is there. I because I personally I don't see myself captaining Ronaldo as well in the near
Yeah,
future. So, buddy, it is not
probably
happening
not.
right now. If I am downgrading, if I'm taking out King and I'm taking out Regulion in my current team, and I'm taking Martinelli out, and I'm making Martinelli into Foden, and I'm taking a 3.9 defender, the uh, Omo Bamidele.
Williams.
No, 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 Omo
Don't take
Bamidele.
him.
Williams is red. I don't know why.
It is he is playing against his parent club.
Okay, sorry. So, all right, I do take Williams, and then I have only 4.1 for a forward, which is not happening.
Point
And
six shot.
to actually kind of like do this, I might have to then also sacrifice Dennis, which I don't want. I want at least one Watford forward, if that
Oh,
makes sense, because I don't see anywhere else that I can downgrade right now.
yeah, probably.
I think another way to United might be, I was thinking this as to whether if I can sell Ramsdale or not, or should I sell Ramsdale and take uh, Dia, and I can play him every week. And it's not much of a United cover, but in the case, I think they keep a lot of clean sheets, becomes a good option.
Yeah,
I
I feel
don't
like
want to lose Ramsdale though.
no, I don't see any sense in particularly when you have like a 4.4 playing you have a 4.4 United playing defender in your team. So why would you go for him?
Because I will not be able to play that 4.4 United defender, whereas I can actually play David Dia every week in, week out.
Uh,
As you said, there will be a
like
lot of bench headache, right? So,
yeah,
I cannot essentially play a Diego Dalot over a Cancelo or a Alexander Arnold or a James. So, the only way I can play is if I'm moving to a 4-5-1 formation at times.
I I was like thinking, I am right now moving away from all those benching headache. You are just like you are just like entering in that particular benching headache. I was like moving apart from all this, doing all those benching headache and on. I had so many benches. I had like 10, 12, 20 points in my bench. If Livramento was there in my bench permanently. I've just after wildcard. I feel like you would be there, like you would be there in two similar kind of thing.
Okay.
Team is very good. I feel like team is very good. I think only the option I think you are lacking is probably United attack option. Probably someone in middle, like someone in attack. Yeah, but as you mentioned, you didn't find it exactly like whom to take in the mid. If like
I think the ideal
anything
time would have
happens,
been if I was like wildcarding the next game week. I would have had a better, clearer idea, but then again. So if I don't take Foden and if I go with a double up of Gundogan and Bernardo, then I have like 4.9 in the bank for the last forward.
and who are your other two forwards?
Dennis and Cristiano Ronaldo.
So I don't feel like for 4.9 you need someone. Right? Are you like tempted to take someone like Proya or what? I like you can go for the dead end actually 4.4.
Yeah, I mean, if that is the case in this scenario, probably I will be dead ending to a forward like Lucardia, wherein, and I'll be left with point 0.5 in my bank.
And like
The
if
team,
you're left and like if you're left with 0.5 in your bank, then you can probably like probably you can upgrade your fifth defender Williams from someone like who would be playing, and probably someone like from Villa defense if there is someone in that particular price bracket. I don't know exactly, around
I will
4.2,
not
4.3.
need that fifth defender as often. I just need somebody who is decentish and confirmed.
Yeah, I feel like Williams is a sure shot starter. But yeah, he will like probably give you 2 or 1 point. Sometimes like you might get 0 point also. Sometimes you might get minus point also. But yeah, he is pretty sure to start.
So it's all right. Anyways, let's wrap it up. It will become a
Yeah,
lengthy pod for the viewers. Guys, hopefully, sorry if we have extended our time. Uh, I will catch up with Anjan regarding the wildcard. I'm sure there's 3 more days to go. There'll be a lot of tinkering and a lot of brainstorming regarding this. Thank you so much if you guys have watched till here, supported us, and stayed with us. Please like the video. Please subscribe to our channel. It's like well done to us on the pat on our back if you might. And do spread the word regarding this to your friends and families as well. Anjan, anything else you want to add? Otherwise, I'll wrap up.
hope your game weeks are green, and like hope finally our game weeks are also green
Yes,
because it has
game
been
of
red constantly.
yeah. We do need some good game week. I
Yeah,
still can't believe I did not captain Sun. Nonetheless,
stubbornness of
uh,
yourself actually.
yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining in, and see you next time around. Next game week is I think on Tuesday again. So
Yeah, to stay.
yeah, so we'll try to figure out a way to pod. If we can't, really apologize for that, but I think we should be able to manage out.
Yeah,
Thank
probably.
you. Have a really wonderful game week, and goodbye, guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye.